Good evening. We begin tonight in North Battleford, where a 43-year-old man was injured in an apartment fire. Emergency crews were called out to the 1400 block of 101st Street just after 9 p.m. The fire was contained to a single apartment unit. The victim was taken to Edmonton with serious injuries. The investigation is continuing. Well, more than $21,000 worth of cartons of cigarettes and pouches of loose tobacco were taken, and a Maidstone store was vandalized last night as RCMP investigate the break and enter at the local field store. Police say it happened yesterday between 10 p.m. to midnight. The unknown suspect or suspects forcibly entered through the rear door of the building, who then broke through a secure door of an internal office. Anyone with information is asked to call the Maidstone detachment at 306-893-4800 or Crime Stoppers. Well, if you've ever had the flu, you know it isn't fun, and for some people it can cause serious health complications. While Perry North Health Region continues to encourage the public to get immunized against the influenza virus, they're releasing a new policy in place that will apply to those who haven't been immunized. Anna Stanislaw has the details on the influenza immunize or mask policy in this week's Healthy Living.
We want to make sure that people who are in our hospitals are protected from influenza as much as possible.
Starting December 1st, healthcare workers and members of the public will be expected to get their flu shot or wear a mask.
Influenza is a severe illness. It creates a lot of need for hospitalization and is responsible for a number of deaths every year.
Once you enter any Prairie North facility, surgical masks will be available right at the entrance. And if you haven't been immunized yet, you'll have to keep wearing these masks until April 3rd of 2015.
Dr. Sholin confirms there has been one case of influenza recorded so far during the month of November, and the demand for immunization has been strong for both the public and employees.
This year we have 62% by the beginning of November, so that's great. I'm hoping that we see a percentage up into the 70s or 80s, and that means that the majority of our employees will be protected themselves against the flu.
Vaccination reduces the risk of serious illness and death from the virus, and Dr. Sholin hopes everyone will get their shot before it's too late.
If you're coming in as a visitor and you haven't been vaccinated, we would ask that you wear a mask as well when you're coming in to visit your loved one, and you will also be on the floor with other people who are vulnerable to influenza infection.
Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
Some Lloydminster minor hockey teams are facing off for the opportunity of a lifetime, all as they compete to see who can donate the most to the local food bank. Members from 12 LMHA teams were at Boundary Ford last night to kick off the annual food drive. Each team will receive ballots based on how much food they bring in, which will enter them into a draw to see which one gets to play a scrimmage during intermission at an Edmonton Oilers game.
The real winner here is going to be the food bank, and that's great, as well as the kids.
Over the last 5 years, the organization has collected close to 60,000 pounds of non-perishable foods, with the most in 1 year reaching 29,000 mark. This year, organizers hope to break that record.
It tells us that our membership, our kids, our parents, their heart's where it belongs. It's all about the community.
Anytime that we can give back to the community in a meaningful way, especially when we can affect so many people, it's such a good thing.
And the winning team will get to hit the ice at Rexall Place on February 28th.